Hey everybody, Jeff aka GCurse here. I hope you're all having a great day. It is currently 2:37 p.m. on the 28th of December 2023. It is a very wet Thursday afternoon. By the time that this is uploaded and ready to view, it is going to be New Year's Eve. So I hope you're all having a great New Year's Eve, and I hope that you'll be able to spend some of that day with your family and loved ones. So let's actually get to the beginning of the review or unboxing and review, shall we? So today I have a question for you. God, it's got something in my eye. I got a question for you. Have you ever thought about what it would be like if you were to take one of your Transformers and you put it in the stove just long enough for that piece of plastic to start melting? Well, if you do, if you've ever wondered what that's like, then I got the figure coming up for you. But first, as always, there's going to be a commercial before then. But as always, if you liked what you watched, please feel free to click on that subscribe button. You can always click on that little thumbs up to like it, like that. Or you can always click on the little bell icon to be alerted to when I update, update and upload another video, basically. You can always reach me at Twitter at GCurseTF, or you can always email me at gcursetfcollection@gmail.com. But yeah, so next up we will be going through the unboxing, so stay tuned. I'll be right back after these commercials.
Bye, bye, bye. 7:24, my feet are hitting the floor. 7:30, time to tie my shoe. Bye, bye, at 7:34, I'm out the door. Catch a 7:42. 42. Next stop, McDonald's, breakfast by the hand. That tasty biscuit sandwich fits right into my plan by the hand. Bye, bye, by the hand. Hot and fresh. Bye, breakfast at its best. It's a good time for the great taste of McDonald's. Breakfast by the hand.
So, as I mentioned in the previous segment, I asked the question, what do you think it would look like if you basically put your Transformer in the stove for a few minutes? And I know I didn't exactly word it like that, but anyway. I hope you have figured out the answer to that question, because today, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to be doing an unboxing and review of the Transformers Legacy United Deluxe Class Magneous, and this is the first United figure that I have unboxed and reviewed, so I am actually pretty excited for it. Overall, like I said, this figure actually looks like just like what I asked. It looks like you literally took a figure and you popped it into the oven for a few minutes, and it just started to melt, and then you pulled it out and it cooled down. That's what this guy kind of looks like. Yes, I understand that he's supposed to look like a Rock Lord, because that's what these characters are from. It's from the Rock Lord toy line that used to exist. But I honestly can't. I just look at this guy and I can't help but think that this is what it would look like if you popped it into the oven for a few minutes. So I pre-ordered this figure back on the 23rd of September. I actually got the figure a little over 2 months later, so a decent turnaround time. I was actually not expecting to get this figure until early January, because that's when a lot of these figures were originally scheduled to release, was in early January. So I'm actually pretty happy to actually get this figure as early as I did. So the price for the figure overall was it was originally like 20 some odd dollars, like $22.99 before sales tax, and then after sales tax it was basically $27.04. Now this figure, since this figure is actually, it's the first use of this mold, I don't actually have a real comparison for it, so I'm just going to compare this figure to another figure that I kind of reminds me of, and that is the Legacy Evolution Deluxe Class Scrap Hook. It's about roughly the same height. They're both supposed to be weaponized, or as they call it for this line, armorizers. That these guys are called armorizers, which I just fucking hate the name of. I'll be honest. It's supposed to be, it's basically a weaponizer from all the way back from Siege. Do not let what Hasbro say get to you. Do not fall for it. This is not a new gimmick. If you had a weaponizer, you have this figure. If you had a fossilizer, you had this figure. There is literally nothing different about this figure. The only difference is that it's how this guy falls apart, or how you can dismantle him, basically. But ultimately, this is the same fucking gimmick. Now, as you can see here, they're basically roughly the same size. If you're wondering why Scraphook looks a little bit different in his alt mode, it's basically because that figure is a piece of shit. I'm not sure if I just got a bad figure, but the elbow joints of that figure, for me at least, were so fucking bad. I could not convert that figure fully into its alt mode without those goddamn arms break. Not just coming off because it's basically a parts former. No, the forearm would actually break off from the elbow joint itself. Not just one arm, but both arms. After spending 15 to 20 minutes trying to get that motherfucker converted, and the arms keep fucking falling off, I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll just leave the arms off, and that's why it looks a little bit different. Overall, I love how the figure looks in both its alt mode and its primary mode. But as always, like always with every figure, this figure has its problems, and I'm going to be talking about that later on. So let's turn that off. So when I return, ladies and gentlemen, it'll be the unboxing, and I'll show you what comes in the box. So stay tuned, and I'll be right back.
In the Army, we do more before 9 a.m. than most people do all day.
Hey, First Sergeant. Good morning.
Hey, where did you learn about computers?
In the Army.
You were in the Army, too?
Qualify for the GI Bill and the Army College Fund, and you can earn over $25,000 for college.
What you do in the Army?
Airborne.
You used to jump out of airplanes?
Welcome back to the show, everybody. I hope you're all having a great day. Like I said, that when this is uploaded, it's going to be New Year's Eve. So I hope that you're taking it easy, on New Year's Eve. I hope you're not drinking too much. A lot of bad things can happen to people who party too much. So basically, just try to know what your limits are. So anyway, on to the next segment. Up next, we have the unboxing, and the unboxing the box and the contents are basically what you've seen every time, although there is a slight little upgrade to the contents, and I'll show you what it is. So, on the front, it's basically you have your it's an open display box like it has been for the last couple years. You have the alt mode of Magneous. It is his truck mode, which I'll be honest, I just find it kind of weird that. Now, I'm not sure if these guys are supposed to be considered to be like literal, just like rock, like a literal piece of rock that is in a humanoid form, or if it is just like a transformer that has like rock panels on it. Because if this thing is supposed to be a solid rock, I just don't see how it could be feasible that it, like as a truck, that it would be able to go that fast, if that makes any sense, Also, if you're a rock, why would you want to take a form of a fucking truck? Wouldn't you rather just be like a big boulder or something? I don't know. But anyway, so you have the alt mode on the front. Oh, okay. Sorry. Here's another picture without the glare. Okay. Now here's the contents. You basically have you have everything here. You have your box. You have your figure, and this figure was secured via the plastic security bands. So it looks like we're going to be starting off, we're starting off this product line with the plastic securement bands, or whatever they're called. Who knows? Maybe halfway through we'll switch back to paper, and then we'll switch possibly to like 2 pieces of cardboard, sandwiching them by the end of the product line. I'm not sure. And then, as always, you get the instructions, which I am just not that good at using. That's why I always use like MGO and other people to help learn how to convert these things. On the back, as you can see, it's basically, they're still using the paper tampon. Now, this is actually a little bit different. Let's see here. Can I go? Okay, here we go. This is actually where I was talking about where it's been changed up a little bit. Basically, instead of just the white tissue paper, they actually have tissue paper now, or still tissue paper, sorry. But it actually has the Autobots symbol here now, as you can see. I'm not sure if they're going to actually have Autobot, red colored paper for Autobots, and then like a purple color for Decepticons. I cannot wait to find out. I can't recall, do I have any United and Decepticons yet? I don't think I do, so I'll have to wait. Oh yeah, I do. I have oh god, Thundertron. I think that's what his name is. I still got to do unboxing of him. But yeah, so basically you get the same tissue paper tampon, but now you get the Autobot logo plastered all over it. Who says Hasbro doesn't listen to the consumers? I'd make you a bet. I would make you a motherfucking bet that Hasbro sent out like a survey to, let's say, 50 customers, and it's like, what would you like to see? And then the people would return the survey to Hasbro, and it's like, better Transformers. Nah, we can't do better Transformers. Fuck that. Get rid of that. Biographies on the back of the boxes. Ah, fuck that. We can't do that either. More accessories. Oh, fuck that. We can't do that either. Oh, what's this, guys? Autobot symbols on tissue paper. Yeah, we could do that. That's going to be the big innovation for this product line. We're going to be doing Autobot symbols on the tissue paper. That's what it is. I can imagine it right now. Yeah. Okay, so up next in the box you get basically the 3 items. You get the figure itself. You get a really small shitty pickaxe. And then you get it could be like a shield, but it's basically the top part of the alt mode. It's supposed to be the cabin for the vehicle mode, or the roof for the vehicle mode. And then here's just a zoomed in picture of it. Overall, I think the accessories were pretty fucking lacking. I have the here's the pickaxe. And it just looks so fucking small compared to like the pickaxe that Minor Megatron had. I can't recall if there's any other pickaxes that I have, but yeah, this thing is just fucking small. It just looks like a fucking mess, to be honest. Overall, I'm just underwhelmed when it comes to those accessories. But yeah, so that is about it when it comes to the the contents and the unboxing portion of this video. So we are now back to the plastic securement bins, which just drives me up the fucking wall, because I unboxed these packages on a white table, and those securement bands are fucking clear, so it adapts to whatever color it is that it's against. It's like a fucking chameleon, basically. So you're literally having to kind of just look at the table and just try to squint and see where these pieces of plastic are, and it just drives me up the fucking wall. If they want to use the plastic, okay, fine. Why not dye it a certain color, like black? At least we can fucking see it then. Unless you have a black table, then you'll be fucked, But that is it for the unboxing. Up next, we will be doing the converting, so stay tuned, and I will be right back.
Kleiner GTI, du siehst prima aus.
To all the cars that try to perform like a Volkswagen GTI, and try to handle like a Volkswagen GTI, and try to be as much fun, we have some bad news. We just made Follow the Leader a little harder to play. Introducing the 16-valve Volkswagen GTI.
Okay, everybody, welcome to the continuation of my unboxing and review of the Transformers Legacy United. That's right, we are now in the final chapter of the Legacy series. We are in the United Trilogy, or United chapter. This is the Deluxe class Magneous, and this is the converting portion of the video. Overall, this is one of the type of figures that it seems to be kind of daunting when you first start it, and I think it's because this is like the first figure or first use of this mold. The figure, once you start learning how to do it, it's fun, but for me the problem that I had was that motherfucking head. The head of this figure, it's extremely tight. You literally kind of have to, yank on it to turn the head. I'm worried it's going to torque the plastic and everything. That's what I'm worried about. And not only is it difficult to turn, but the figure has several hard points on the head because it's supposed to be like rock. If you're trying to hold on to this thing and turning it, which is not easy, those sharp points dig into your hand. I know you can't really see it, but right here, there's like a little indent right there just for me trying to turn this figure. If you're hurting yourself just to try and turn one of the limbs of a figure, then Hasbro, you fucked up. You fucked up. The consumer should not be hurting themselves to simply try and turn the head one way or another. There is no reason that the head is that hard. Now, another issue that I have with converting this figure, even though, like I said, the converting is fine, it's, once you learn the steps, it's okay. It's not difficult. It just takes time to learn it. Another issue I had, which I've had all the way going back to fucking War for Cybertron Siege, with weaponizers. These figures are, with this figure at least, it is a modified parts former. Now, when I say modified, only 2 limbs actually come off, and those are the arms. Now, the thing is, let's see if I can do it for a second, or if I can get it to do it. Let's see here. Normally, the thing is, if you twist the arms or you play with the arms and you're not realizing it, they're going to start coming off after a while. It just depends on how much. There it goes. I've had that problem with these type of figures all the way back to fucking Siege. Hold on. Let me get the pieces. I'll be right back. Okay, everybody, I am back. So I got the arms reattached. As I was talking, though, the issue, like I said, this has gone on all the way since War for Cybertron Siege, that you play with the arms or you play with the figure, and if you're not paying attention, the arms will pop off. There needs to be some sort of way to secure the limbs of these parts formers, and it's been, 6 years now, almost, roughly, give or take, since Siege, and that shit still is prevalent. We have gone through 5 other fucking product lines. We went through Siege, we went through Earthrise, Kingdom, Legacy Evolution. This is the 6th motherfucking product line that has used the weaponizer / part former gimmick, and they still have not fixed it. If you're having these problems, then maybe we shouldn't be using this gimmick. The only thing I can say thank God about is it's only the arms that actually come off of this figure. The legs, when I first got this figure, I thought the entire figure was going to fall apart, like how the weaponizers did back in Siege, or even like the fucking Junkions. Here, I have Crash Bar. Crash Bar's legs comes off. Crash Bar's arms comes off. I thought it was going to be like that when it came to Magneous, and thankfully it isn't. It's only the arms. For some reason, the rest of the figure, it's actually, solid pieces held by pins and everything. But I just hate these fucking parts formers, because no matter what, 2 things are always bound to happen. Playing with the figures if you play with them. The arms will come off, and like to another extent, like for the Junkions, the fucking legs and the other limbs will fucking come off. When you're trying to transform this guy, the limbs, his arms, if you're not careful when you're trying to convert him, the limbs will fall off. They will fall off. It's just there's not enough friction on between the port or the post and the port to actually keep the thing secure enough when you're converting it. Let's see here. So that's basically about it. Like I said, the head is too fucking or the neck joint, it's too goddamn stiff. These sharp points fucking hurts my thumbs when I'm trying to turn it because it's tight and you're digging your fucking skin into those goddamn jagged edges. How Hasbro thought that this was acceptable is beyond me. And then, like I said, the friction, the issue with the arms falling off, that is just, it's fucking 6 years, roughly, and we're still dealing with the same motherfucking shit. And it's just annoying. It's just fucking annoying. But other than that, the converting is nice. The converting is nice once you learn the steps. Like I said, I think it's because this is the first time that we've had this mold. I think it's just a little bit different, but once we get other characters, hopefully we're going to get some other characters. Because when it came to the goddamn Junkions from Legacy Evolution, we only got what? Like, let's see here. We got Scraphook, we got Crash Bar. I think that was it for the Junkion. Well, then there was Grease Pit and Toe Line. But Grease Pit and Toe Line are basically slight recolors and slight remolds possibly of Scraphook. So we only really got 2 original molds of Junkions. I'm hoping that we get more than just 2 of these motherfuckers, because if we're only going to get 2 Rock Lords, which is Magneous and then whatever the core class motherfuckers is named, then it's kind of a fucking waste to try to introduce a new group of characters if you're only going to get 2 of them. But overall, conversion is fun. It's just a lot of the issues with the converting itself that's the problem. So that is about it for the converting. Up next, when I return, it will be the review. So stay tuned. I'll be right back after these commercials.
Studio your hair with Studio Line from L'Oreal. The styling gel. Play. Have your way. You can shape. Create. The directional spray. Make a spike. Innovate. The sculpting mousse. Make waves. Play it straight. Studio your hair with Studio Line from L'Oreal.
Okay, guys, welcome back to the review. To the video. This is the review portion of the show. I have the reviews broken up into 3 portions. We have the positives, the negatives, and the pet peeves. As always, let's start with the positives. So, positive number 1. This is the first figure to use this mold, so I feel kind of honored to actually, play, to get this figure and to, play with it a little bit before I put it on my shelf to learn the insides and outs. It is fucking nice to hold a new mold in your hand. I can't wait to see what they do down the road with this mold. The conversion, although difficult, it is not a detriment. I did not, when I was having trouble converting this figure, it wasn't to the point I'm like, you know what, fuck it, I'm done. I did not give up. I continued on. And it's actually pretty fun once you can get to memorize the steps. Ultimately, if you're a fan of the weaponizers, you're going to like this guy, even though the new term of this year, or this product line, it's not a weaponizer, ladies and gentlemen. It's not a fossilizer. It's not even a goddamn Junkion. This is an armorizer. It's a motherfucking weaponizer. It's a weaponizer, Hasbro. You may be able to tell the idiots that buy your product that this is a whole new thing. It's an armorizer. It's a fucking weaponizer. Do not pull that shit with me. Do not pull that shit with me. I will shut that shit down, to quote Negan. So basically, if you like the weaponizers, if you like the parts forming gimmick, then that's what this is. This is Armorizer, and you'll like that. Yeah. The alt mode looks nice, although I disagree with what I've heard the saying referred to as. I've heard the alt mode referred to as something as like out of Mad Max, and the only thing I could actually say that reminds me of Mad Max is when it comes to the canopy or the roof of the alt mode. It looks like you have like a fence welded over the windows. That's the only thing that it actually reminds me of Mad Max. The rest, it literally reminds me of a fucking truck that is made out of rock. And that's not Mad Max. I'm sorry, dude. I just don't see it. You may, and that's okay. I just don't. Finally, for the positives, this is a good starting point for a new group of figures. I would like to see, like 5, 10 more Rock Lord type figures. Sadly, we probably won't. We're probably only going to get like 3 of these guys. We'll probably get like a Voyager class, and then we already have a Core class that's coming out. I think it's already out. Then we got this guy, and then we'll probably just get a couple repaints. I would love to see like individual molds of Rock Lords, but I don't think we're going to get that. Okay, so that is the positives. Up next, we have the negatives. So the negatives, just like the positives, there's always going to be negatives. The weapons and the accessories leave much to be desired. Holy fucking shit. This being used as a pickaxe is a fucking joke. We have another figure that had a pickaxe accessory, which was Minor Megatron. That pickaxe makes this thing look like a fucking child. The neck joint for this figure is extremely fucking tight. And it should not be that tight. If I remember correctly, I think even Prime versus Prime mentioned how tight the neck was to turn this figure. I have to apply a lot of force to be able to turn this figure. And if I know you can't really see it, see the dents in my fingers. If this is doing that shit to your fingers, then Hasbro has fucked up. You should not be hurting yourself in order to try and turn a fucking joint. It's like this is a mishmash. The head joint is too fucking tight, but the arms are loose, and it's because they are basically parts formers. But you can, okay, I'm going to stop because you can actually see the gap that was forming by turning the arms. The arms are loose as fuck. The head is tight as hell. And if you're hurting yourself to try and to turn the head, then Hasbro has fucked up. You want the head, the neck joint to be tight, okay, fine. You have to remove the fucking jagged points of the head, or you're actually going to have customers that not only are, poking themselves, but could actually tear the skin possibly, depending on how tight the motherfucking neck joint is. And I'm pretty sure that a lawyer would like to hear, oh, really? You hurt yourself trying to play with a toy, a toy that is being sold to you? I think that could be a class action lawsuit. Would you like to jump on board? How could you fuck that up, Hasbro? Not good, dude. Not good. And as I just showed, the arms are loose. The arms are loose because it is a parts former, basically. And I'm literally watching... Okay, there. I'm watching the gap form in between the arm and the body itself. The arms will fall off if you're not careful. This is a motherfucking issue that has been prevalent going back to fucking Siege, at least that I'm aware of. Back when you had Cog, you had six shot, I think that's what its name is, or Six Gun or something like that. And then you had Brunt. They have never fixed the motherfucking issue with these parts formers. And I don't understand how the fuck is it that it has been 6 different product cycles in, so say, roughly almost 5 to 6 years, and we have the same goddamn problem. It's not acceptable, Hasbro. You need to fix your shit. Highlights could have been useful for this figure. This figure, although you can see portions like the chest and then the panels here and here, to my eyes, it is fucking black. The figure is black. It is fucking dark. I look at this thing and I can't help but think that this could have been like a skin mode for a noob Cybot from Mortal Kombat. It is that fucking dark. I would have loved to see some sort of highlights, maybe like some red, like in the crevices of the chest, on the panels, just to have something stand out, because this figure is fucking dark. The only thing that really stands out, and barely, is the eyes. The eyes are yellow, but you literally have to know where you're looking for, So this thing could have really used highlights. Next, we have lack of character bio. This is a whole new fucking character. This character is so fucking new. Even the TFwiki does not have much in the way of information for this character. I think it says that this is an obsidian warrior, obsidian the type of rock. Basically an obsidian warrior. Other than that, it doesn't tell you like what it's any information. And when I buy it, especially a new character, if I can't find that information on the internet, then Hasbro should have a fucking moral obligation to put a biography on the back of the box to at least tell you who this guy is. Is this guy a good guy? Is this guy a bad guy? Is this guy a Robin Hood type person? Is this guy a porn star? Is this guy a mass murderer? Is this guy a furry? Who the fuck knows? Because Hasbro cannot be bothered to tell us anything about these characters. We are literally getting no biographies now. We get nothing on the back of the boxes to tell us who these guys are. And unless you follow the lore, you don't know, who these characters are. If you're new to the fucking collector's market of Transformers, you're going to buy Optimus Prime. Oh, okay, Optimus Prime, who is he? I don't know. He's just a truck. We need biographies on the back of the boxes. And especially when it's for new fucking characters. I think I also went through my daily ratio or ration of the word fuck, but I do not care. Fuck them. Okay, finally, up next we have the pet peeves. These actually do not impact the figure. It's just things that bothered me. First off, we have the coloring is just too dark, and I already mentioned that with the highlights. This thing is fucking dark. To my eyes, this thing is black, but I look on the camera and I can actually see a little bit other colors. I don't know why my eyes see it as one color and then the camera can pick it up as two different colors. I don't know why. I think I just have fucked up eyes. Like I said, I think this could have been a character from Mortal Kombat. This guy is just that fucking dark. If you're hoping that this figure is something brand new, it is brand new. It is a new character, but ultimately, sadly, this is just another fucking weaponizer. Oh, Jeff, it's not a weaponizer. It's not a weaponizer. See the box? The box says it's an armorizer. I don't give a flying fuck. I'm not one of the stupid customers that you like to try to market to, Hasbro. Do not call this an armorizer. If you have an armorizer, you had a weaponizer. If you have a fucking armorizer, you had a fossilizer. If you had an armorizer, you have a goddamn Junkion. I have the fucking pieces here still. I do not play that shit with me, Hasbro. I will shut that shit down. To quote Negan, I will shut that shit down. You cannot pull that shit on me. You may be able to pull that shit on other people, but you cannot pull it on me. So basically, sadly, even though the figure is nice, you're buying another goddamn weaponizer. And this weaponizer has the same fucking flaws that each and every one of the other weaponizers and fossilizers and Junkions had. It's goddamn annoying. Finally, lack of affiliation symbol. This goes back to the motherfucking, the lack of a bio. Unless it's on this figure and it's just so fucking dark I can't see it, there is no affiliation symbol. Is this guy, even though he's, supposed to be a rock lord, is this guy affiliated with the Decepticons? Is he affiliated with the fucking Autobots? Is he affiliated with the Quintessons? Is this guy a mercenary? Is this guy, God, what should I call it? I don't want to say mercenary because they have a different. I'm thinking of, is this guy like let's go with Detritus. Does this guy play both the Autobots and Decepticons? Is this guy a fucking member of the Furry Alliance? Is this guy a future, is he a card-carrying member of the fucking Porn Star Union? Is this guy for the Rock Lords? Is this guy a fucking genius? Is he an idiot? I don't know, because they don't tell us anything. They don't give us a fucking symbol. At least with a symbol you could tell, hey, this guy's a good guy, this guy's a bad guy, this guy's a neutral, this guy's a mercenary, this guy has a thing for fucking aliens with tentacles. I don't know, because Hasbro could not be bothered to give us a fucking affiliation symbol. Is it that fucking hard? You developed a new figure and yet you could not be bothered to put a fucking affiliation symbol on it. It is bullshit, Hasbro. You need to be better. And that is about it for the review. The overall, like I said, there are a lot of positives, but then there's a lot of negatives, and the negatives, the negatives are negatives, And that is about it. So when I return, it will be with my final thoughts, so stay tuned, and I'll be right back.
From Calgary, Canada, they'll challenge the 1988 Olympic course in the final Men's World Cup downhill of the season. Plus a special Olympic preview. And the U.S. collides with the USSR in amateur boxing. All on ABC's Wide World of Sports, Saturday.
Shoo-doo-doo, four guys rushing through the rush hour crowd, taking breakfast by the hand, by the hand. It's a fresh, hot way to start the day for a hungry four-piece band. By the hand. McMuffins fresh and hot, or biscuits golden brown. Breakfast from McDonald's, what a way to get around, round. Soup, You're on, guys. It's a good time for the great taste of McDonald's. Breakfast by the hand.
Okay, everybody, welcome back. This is the final portion of the video. This is where I give you my final thoughts, and I, just tell you honestly what I think of the figure. I kind of done that already, but it's just I like to try to wrap everything up. Like I said, this video is going to be made public and everything on New Year's Eve, so I hope that when you're watching this, I hope that you had a great holiday weekend with your family. I hope that you're taking it easy. Just if you're going to party, try to party in moderation. We don't want to have anybody lose their life. Like losing your life is not worth an extra drink. So just be a little bit careful out there. So overall, here are my final thoughts. Overall, visually, the figure, even though it's dark, it's nice to have a new mold for a figure. I like the idea of a figure that is a rock. Even though, like I mentioned before, this guy doesn't look like necessarily like a rock. It looks more like something you'd find if you stuck your Transformer in the stove for a couple minutes and he started to melt and then you pulled him out. That's what this reminds me of. But it's the intent, and I can give Hasbro a little bit of credit. They tried something new with the Rock Lord, basically. The weapons, like I said, the weapons or accessories leave a lot to be desired. You have a pitiful pickaxe, and then you have basically something that could be used as a shield, but it's basically the roof for the alt mode. I like to think that this could actually be like a missile launcher, because if you look at this, the window has textures, so I can't help but think that it could be this could be like a little missile launcher for like Stinger missiles or something. That'd be fucking awesome. The major issue that I have, I'm willing to look past the whole issue with, hold on, let's actually turn these on. I'm willing to look past the whole issue with the lack of a biography or, like an affiliation symbol. I'm willing to give them a pass on that. What I cannot give them a pass on is how fucking difficult the neck joint is to turn on this figure. It is tight. It's not only is it tight, it's like obscenely difficult to turn. I'm not sure if a lot of people are having this problem, but I think like I said in the previous segment, I think Prime vs. Prime said that the head for this figure is difficult on for him to turn. And then not only is it difficult to turn because of it being so tight, you have all the sharp points that dig into your finger as you're trying to turn the head. If you're hurting yourself to do the function that Hasbro provided with this figure, if you're hurting yourself to do the bare minimum, then Hasbro has fucked up on a serious level. Other than that, the converting is fun if you can also look past the fact that this is a partial parts former, and even if you're converting it, the arms will fall off. The arms will fall off, and it should not be doing that. They should secure tightly enough into the port that when you're trying to convert these things, that it does not fall off. The box art, it's nice. They don't know what they want to do especially when it comes to securing these figures. In the span of 1 year, we've had paper securement, we've had plastic securement, we've had 2 pieces of cardboard that holds the figure in place. We've had plastic that is basically kind of sealed around the figure. It's just a fucking mess, and Hasbro needs to get some form of uniformity. Is that the right word? Uniformity? I'm not sure, but they need to get something set, because I'm tired of trying to guess. Excuse me. I'm tired of trying to guess. Is it going to be a plastic method that's going to secure this figure? Is it paper, or is it something else? Hasbro needs to make up their fucking mind. It's getting annoying. But yeah, I see a lot of potential when it comes to this figure, but sadly, I think this figure is going to suffer the same fucking fate that the weaponizers had, that the fossilizers had, that the Junkions had, and that fate being that we're only going to get 2 or 3 molds of this character, or of, Rock Lords, and then we're just going to get fucking needless repaints that, really don't do anything. Especially when it comes to a whole new character like this, they can just literally, just give it a whole shit ton of different colors, because this thing doesn't even really have a history, so they can literally just give it a whole bunch of different colors and just say, it's these people. Whereas before, with, like, for say Scraphook, they repainted it into toe line, But so that is it for this unboxing and review. I gave you some positives, I gave you some negatives. I hope that you watch other people's videos, and if you want to get this figure, I want you to make your own informed decision. I just mainly wanted to emphasize for everyone that this is ultimately a weaponizer, so you got to expect that, and ultimately also you may actually hurt yourself when you're trying to turn the neck or the head of this figure, because the neck joint is so fucking tight. So you gotta keep that in mind. So if you get this for a little child, your child could be hurting himself a little bit because he's trying to make his figure look left and right. So that is about it, ladies and gentlemen. As always, I hope you've enjoyed this video. For the conversion of this figure, I actually used Prime vs. Prime, because he was the only one I could locate that actually had a video up about this character. MGO316 didn't even have a just transform it of this video, so I went via Prime vs. Prime to learn to convert this figure. When it came to converting Scraphook into his alt mode, I used MGO's Just Transform It, because he does some pretty decent Just Transform It videos. So, and I will put the links to those videos in the description of this video, so you can always check it out if you want. When it comes to the commercials, I will put a link to the full montage. I get those commercials from the 80s commercial vault, so I hope you enjoy those commercials. I don't know what they are yet, because I haven't added them into post-production yet. So I hope you've enjoyed everything that you saw here today. I hope that you have a safe and happy New Year's Eve, and let's have a happy, good, prosperous New Year coming up. If you would like to drop me an email, you can always reach me at GCurse TF Collection TF Collection, at gmail.com. Or if you would like to get a hold of me, you can always reach me at GCurse TF on Twitter. Or if you're watching this and you would like to, you can always leave a thumbs up, you can subscribe, and you can always click that bell. Everything helps ultimately in the end, and I like to just be able to talk to people, see what they think. Do you have the Magneous figure? Do you have the same problems with the head? Let me know in the comment section below. And until next time, I will see you next year. God, that sounds weird saying. I will see you next year on the, I think it's this, let's see here. What day is the next Sunday? Next Sunday, it is the 7th. Okay, so I will see you on the 7th of January 2024 with the next unboxing and review video. And until then, my name is Jeff, aka GCurse, wishing you all a great day. Stay safe. Happy New Year's, everybody. Let's have some fun. Peace out.